Audrey, how
Hi,
are you?
Lucy.
I am so excited to hear the words that spill out of your mouth today because you fucking knocked Soul to Soul out of the park, sister.
Thank you.
Would you agree?
Yeah. I put my all in.
Yeah, you did. So before we dive on in, because it's just already flowing through, could you just introduce yourself, where you're from, and all that good stuff?
Sure. Hi, guys. Hi, Queens. I'm Audrey. I am 40 years old. I am a fucking queen. And yeah, just loving life and enjoying it and creating joy wherever I go.
And where do you live?
Oh, I live in San Francisco and I travel around a lot though,
You
but
get a
that's my
lot
home
of.
base.
I'm so loving this whole San Fran contingent that are suddenly like showing up. It's awesome.
I know, it is cool.
Yes. So listen, that smile on your face, it basically says everything, and we're going to get to that. But just to take you back, Audrey's just stepped out of Soul to Soul, like legit, like today. And I just want you to take a moment, if you can, Audrey, just to drop back into where you were when you first came to me. What energy were you in? What wasn't working? How did you really feel about yourself and about your future? Take a moment to just connect.
Wow. I was really oblivious to myself, um, and to what I even needed. Like I take myself back there.
I know, I feel so mean doing that to you, but just, it's really cool because then
It's
you get to,
good.
like, yeah.
It's good to reflect. I was working, I had been working in disaster relief. I had been basically my whole life giving, 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 and hadn't been in a relationship. Well, I really hadn't been in a good relationship ever,
Mm-hmm.
but hadn't been in a relationship for like 9 years.
Yeah.
And didn't ever really think, like, all I wanted was a relationship. That's the only, all I would watch is romance movies. All I read is romance novels. Like, I literally love romance. And I always dreamt of my soulmate. And I thought that I was trying to call him in.
Yes.
But I also had really strong independence,
Mm-hmm.
that whole thing of, I love my independence. I love being alone, and then I hate being lonely.
Yeah.
Like, it was this,
Dichotomy.
yeah, and it was like, I don't understand. How do these two things go together? Um, and yeah, I was really looking or trying to help everyone else in my life
Well,
and
hello, disaster relief.
overgiving. Sorry, what'd you say?
Hello, disaster relief.
Yeah,
Yeah.
overgiving to everyone but myself.
Mm.
And I didn't know it. I honestly had no clue. Um,
Well, you knew it, but not how deep it was.
I knew that, yeah, I knew, but I didn't really know that that I didn't love myself. I didn't
Mm.
know that.
This is such a great point because this is actually the blind spot that's tripping people up right now. Beautiful women like yourself, they're like, no, I love myself and I'm a great catch. And it's all cerebral. And so what I love about your share right now, it's so vulnerable and truthful and real, which is like, no, I really didn't know the extent of how much I wasn't in a loving relationship with myself.
Yeah.
That's truth. And from that place, that's where we can start to shift, as you've now seen. But that's what you didn't know when you came in. And it's amazing, the stories we tell ourselves that are not congruent with our inner life at all.
Yeah. And it was so easy for me to be oblivious to that. It was so like that lack of self-love, it was like underneath, but it
Yes.
wasn't conscious. It was so subconscious.
Yes.
And when I came into the program, I don't know, like, I know we're talking about the past, but I'm like, I realize it now that it was there. It was there, but it was like right underneath that happy, happy person. But there was so much shit
Oh,
that
yeah.
I repressed for my whole life.
And sadness.
Oh my God. So
Yeah.
much sadness and so much anger.
Yes. 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 So we are going to get to the good stuff because I can feel you just like wanting to go there. Um, how did you really feel back then? Just so your soul sisters can kind of relate to you. Like, do you think deep down you'd actually given up?
Yeah. I think I didn't even see myself in that world. Like I said once in the group
Yes.
that I would go out to dinner. I used to go out to dinner by myself all the time. Used to
Yes.
go to movies by myself all the time. But when I was at dinner, I would see couples, and
Yes.
I realized that I thought they were in like a different world, like a different universe for me. Here's me, Audrey, single, independent, wanting that,
Yeah.
but it was a different universe. It wasn't attainable, or it wasn't my reality.
Mm.
It's hard to explain.
No, that's perfect. That's not
Does
hard.
it? Okay.
Makes total sense. I used to feel like that too. It makes total sense. There are women watching this going, that's how I feel.
It's trippy when you realize, like, I didn't realize that until this program.
Well, it's necessary and vital to actually let it affect you and be like, oh, far out. What's wrong with this picture right now? Because that's not okay.
Right. Why can't I have that?
Yeah. Yeah. But isn't it amazing how we just accept that? And it's like, oh, no, I'm good. I'm independent. And we talk ourselves into this reality of being fine.
Yeah.
And we're numb as F. And I just remember on our call, it was like you were on this island, detached from your dream and detached from the epicness of who you really are, and far out, man. I'm like, thank God you came in and plugged in, because Audrey's extraordinary. So let's dive into what the journey was like for you, obviously without going into the modules and all that stuff, but like, what was for women sitting here going, I know I do need to step up. I need this support. What would you seriously, like, how would you share your journey, your experience? What was it like for you? Because I know you've done a lot of other work before.
Yeah. This journey, it makes me, I feel it. I just feel so much gratitude in my heart. It's been amazing. I can't believe it's been 2 months. It feels like it's been so much longer.
Yeah, tell me about it.
It feels, I remember week 1, I had so many realizations. It felt like it was a month. I was like, what is happening? Like, pop, 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 pop. And I was just like, oh my God. And that's how it's been every week.
Yeah.
I just had one today and it's my last day. And I'm like, oh my God, here's another one. Like, it's just been this endless string of realizations and processing through those heavy emotions and dark places. For me, it's been really emotional going into that darkness.
Yeah. And courageous as F. Because you just went there every step of the way. You're just like, all right, I'm going in.
Yeah, I mean, it's the only way now for me. You said something once that stop going around the storm and go through it. And I feel just that's what I've been doing. Is just going through it and
facing it head on.
And holding my hand through it, like being with myself through it. And yeah, just I felt really safe and so supported to be able to do this kind of work.
Yeah.
And yeah, it takes a lot of courage. But it's holy shit, so amazing when I come out on the other side each time. And it's brighter and brighter each time. And it's like I'll come into this amazing light and feel this amazing joy, and then another, like, that light lights up another little dark spot within me that I didn't even know was there.
Yeah.
But instead of, in the past, in my old story, I would ignore it. I would ignore that darkness. And
Yes.
sometimes I didn't even know it was there. Like I would feel depressed or feel sad or feel something, but like not really know what it was, and just eat or run or something else.
Right. Yeah.
Numb myself. And I just didn't have the support and the tools and the intensity of this program to get there. Like I'd had a shitload of tools.
Yeah.
And
you've done a lot of
I just didn't know how to use them at this level of, I didn't realize I needed to do as much as I did.
So what were you thinking you were going to get when you came in, and what did you actually get?
Well, I literally had no clue what I was going to get. I literally saw, I don't know if you know this story, but I saw your ad on Facebook. I clicked on it at like 8 a.m., 11 a.m. or something. I watched the masterclass, and I had a call with Anam like the next day. And then you like the next day. Like it was like, I think I saw one video of yours and I just knew. Like I remember showing it to my cousin and I was like, you have to see this chick. She's fucking amazing. Like, I just love her so much. And I just felt that magnetism, and I knew, I just had a knowing. It was my intuition, and I just went with it. But I literally had no idea.
But you felt it, and that, thank you, beautiful. I love that. That's very, very powerful, and that's everyone in their own version that gets themselves into soul to soul. It's not from here. Yeah. It literally went instinct, boom, and that's what got you in there. Because you can't know exactly what it's like. It's not like I'm going to sit there for people and be like, hey, here's 6 hours on exactly how it's going to be. It's like, no, we're here to get you into your heart, to an outcome, right? That's all you need to know. Because all the women I attract are freaking brainiacs. They're bright. They are plugged in terms of, they're fierce and their career in that side of their life. But when it comes to the heart, it's like, it's so funny the questions I get. I go, stop asking these stupid questions and just, do you want to change this or not? It's like, yes. I go, well, stop. Let's do this. And that's really what it got to with you, Audrey, was I remember just holding your feet to the fire on the call. Not too hardcore. Had plenty of hardcore moments, but you weren't really a hardcore moment. You were just, it was really interesting. I remember you saying, oh, but I've got a trip coming up and I've got to go away. I was like, yep, there's always something. Always. And when I held you to it, I go, Audrey, why are you on this call? I remember that moment. Do you remember that? And you may not. Yeah. I remember it very vividly. And I could see all this stuff going on, and you could have easily bounced. But you were like, I go, remember, I was like, we don't have to do this right now. Like, if you're not serious, come back when you are. And you're like, no, but I am serious. I was like, well, why are you putting this stuff in the way? And you were like, well, I don't have to go on the trip like right now. And then I watched you in real time have to kind of go and plug into actually how serious and important it was to you when it got to the solution. When it got to that moment of making a decision, little Audrey wanted to backpedal. And then the true Audrey stepped in and went, it's a no-brainer, I need this.
Yeah, it was.
I remember it was the little Audrey and then it was the true Audrey. And she won, which was fucking fantastic. And you're going to brag, but I'm going to quickly brag. Like, you have changed exponentially in the 8 weeks. I really do feel like it was 6 months. I swear. It feels like it was 6 months. I can't believe that it's been 8 weeks. I literally was saying to Charlotte, I go, how long's Audrey been doing Soul to Soul? She goes, no, today's actually really her last day. I go, I feel like she's been there for months. So when you were saying that, I kid you not, I literally had that conversation with Charlotte. She goes, no, it's only been 8 weeks. I was like, are you sure? Because you're just not the girl who called me 8 weeks. Like, I don't recognize that person. You're in your woman now.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm going to hand it back to you to just share with your soul sisters right now, like, what has become possible? What energy, when we can see it, but like, how do you feel about Audrey and what's now really exciting for you that was missing before?
So many things, so many, but the biggest is self-love. And I have never felt I've never felt this feeling.
What's that feeling?
Of just love for myself and just unconditional love. And it feels like such a relief.
Yeah.
And it's just like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders. And most of my life, I'd felt alone.
Yeah.
Since I was a kid. And I don't feel that anymore.
Wow. Huge.
It's huge.
And Audrey's, just so you girls know, like, she's been through it, right? You don't have parents alive anymore. And there's, we won't go into the whole depths of your story because it's your story. And you can come in and share it if you want to. But, there was a lot to get through. And there's a reason that little girl inside of you was trying to keep you safe from the deep abandonment and the deep feeling that you had to, help your mom and, get her on track. And so many women can relate to that right now, right? If their mum's not stable or she's not, there's so many different variants of that. And just for you to really say those words, I remember what it was like when I got me, when I really just was like, how have I lived so long without that?
Oh,
so
my God.
When you're sharing this, like, I feel you so deeply because there isn't a better feeling in the world than when you come home to yourself.
Yeah. And I think that's what I always had wanted in a man. To see me, to understand me, to know me, to love me.
Yes.
And I am doing that and doing all of that for myself right now. And it feels amazing. And I just feel so comfortable in myself and in my skin and in my being. And I feel so calm. And I just feel like I'm in this beingness that is so different from what I used to feel of doing doing, 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 doing.
The masculine.
And it just feels so good to be.
Yeah, you're in your feminine, Audrey. You were locked up in chains in your masculine before. And I remember now, got all the phone calls coming back so vividly. You were saying, I remember this moment in the call, you were like, I just want to be loved. I just want to be seen. And I go, you know who you've been looking for your entire life? Yeah. And you found God. Yeah. Like there's a quote I read the other day. We fly around the world in search of ourselves when we were with ourselves all along.
Yeah.
And now you can go and, you know, as the reason you're calm, and you can share this yourself, but it's because you don't have to worry anymore because you're complete. So you know you're going to have, you know, why don't you just take over from, so I know it's your party right now. Share with us how you're feeling about why you're so calm, why you're at peace.
There's nothing to prove. I've always felt like I had to prove myself and prove my worthiness and prove my deservability and prove that I deserve to be loved.
Yes.
And I don't need to anymore. And it's, I mean, I never did, but I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yes. Where the fuck was that email? Hello?
That memo got lost in the mail room.
Send us the freaking right memo, please. So rude.
But yeah, I mean, it's like the hero's journey. You know, you go through all this shit and all these challenges, but it makes you into the person that you become. You know, like all of your challenges shape who you are.
100%. But you were letting that dictate and define who you were from the lack consciousness and the victimhood. And that's where you started to cross over into this place of power. From me observing you in your process, was like, we had to get you into the fact that you're not your sadness. You're not, you're responsible for your mother. You're not, you know, the validity you were needing from dad. Like, you're not any of that shit. Yeah. And you have to walk over those coals to the other side to go, oh, I've got me now. And it's just like, that's why you're like, it's a relief, because like, you don't have to carry all that shit anymore that doesn't belong to you. Yeah. How fucking freeing is that?
Oh, it's so freeing.
I mean, you're a powerhouse.
So good.
This is the thing, when you came to me, I really said to you on that first call, I see you, Audrey. I could really see who you were. And now she's looking back at me in that being, in that integration, in that knowing, in that womanness. We can't fake knowing. Yeah. We can't fake being aligned. You've got nothing to prove in this chat right now. You're just sitting there and hanging out with me. You know what I mean? Like, you're not like, yeah, I'm doing a testimonial. You're just like, I feel pretty bloody awesome in my skin.
I do.
Yeah.
So good.
It's radiating from you. And that's what's magnetic, honey.
Yeah.
It's in your eyes. You're connected. And because you're connected to you now, you can connect to this divine soulmate. You can count on you now.
Yeah. Oh, I can.
How do you feel about the future and attracting in this divine?
I feel like he's already here and he's already coming in. Yeah. I can feel his really gentle and kind energy, and just this stability. It's like just stable. And it's so interesting because I had to come into that stability in order to attract him in, or bring him in.
Yep.
But that's how I feel he is. And yeah, it's really exciting, but it's also just this like calmness about this certainty. Yep. Like this just relaxing feeling that he is coming, and I'm just hanging, you know, like I'm just I'm just here and creating him and imagining him. And when the time is right,
yeah,
it's gonna come together.
Yeah, and that's the truth. It's not about like waiting and, oh my God, I'll be complete when the man comes in. No. You've been flat out in the last 8 weeks, pouring that love back into your soul and resuscitating that soul and getting a glimpse of who the fuck you really are. Because she's a big deal, this Audrey McMullen.
Yes, she is.
Yeah. Yes, she is. I'm glad you agreed with me. Yes, she is. And people need more of her. And when I say more of her, I mean more of that concentrated version of you.
Turned up.
It's like this much. And now it's like, whoa, I like Audrey with the lid off. That's a song, isn't it? That sounds like a good band.
Audrey with the lid off feels so good too.
Yeah.
And I'm just having so much fun being me.
Yes. Because this is what's missing right now is where, we're putting ourselves out there. I sure was, as a shell of who I was, trying to attract my soulmate. It was just all wrong. Why would anyone have been attracted to me when I wasn't even in alignment? Now you're like, I'm just me. I'm having fun. I'm having joy. That's attractive.
Yeah.
And it's one thing to hear that, but now you're being that.
Such a difference.
Big difference, right? You probably even on that first call, you were hearing me saying these things. Can you remember back to then?
Keep going.
No, I was just saying, like, it's one thing for us to, I've had women say to me, oh, I remember saying on the call, this is going to make sense to you at the end of the journey.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you what you're going to live into and I'm showing you what's possible, but that's just a concept when you first come into Soul to Soul.
I don't remember the words, but I remember the feeling. And I remember that expansiveness, that feeling of those things in my heart and what I yearned for.
That have opened up for you.
Yeah.
So good. So what would you, if you go back 8 weeks from now, like what would you say, even to yourself in that, well, obviously you said yes, but what would you say to women that right now are hiding from their light and are feeling terrified of ending up alone, but they've also got the armor on and they can see themselves in your story? Like what would you say to her right now as she's contemplating really making this big change for herself?
I would say really just listen to your heart. Tune in to your heart. And if you feel, if you resonate with what Lucy's saying and with what
you're saying too,
what I'm saying, just, I would follow your intuition, because your heart, I think, is for me, that's what it's never led me astray, is my heart. And if this resonates with you, then just go for it. Because, I'm so grateful. I can't even imagine. I can't imagine. And I would be the same, like as I was 2 months ago. And I am light years ahead of where I was. And oh my God, just I wouldn't second guess.
Yeah.
I wouldn't second guess. I would just go with it. And you're worth it.
Yeah.
You're worth it.
How do you feel about yourself right now, knowing that you literally just went, like, no joke, went straight into the eye of the storm, and you totally got this outcome, Audrey, because you committed like a mother freaker? That's why you've had such big shifts. Yeah.
I'm so proud of myself and so grateful to myself.
Yeah.
For making that commitment and for choosing myself.
Mm.
And I remember the moment that I decided to choose to love myself halfway through. And it was like this pivotal moment, because I realized that I choose, that that's my decision.
Mm.
No one else's. I'm the one who holds the keys, It's like I choose me. Yeah. And I can. That's what I can do. And it was like this like light bulb moment of, oh God, empowerment and like a freedom too, a freedom in knowing that I can choose to create my future, and I can, like, I'm the one who makes the decision.
Yes.
I have so much power. Like, it's so exciting to just feel that that choice, and to know that that choice is within me, and I chose to make it.
Yeah, you did. And can I ask you, like, just for other women that have done quite a bit of work as well, women come to me, they haven't done anything, right? Watched a podcast, but there are also women like you, Audrey, that come to me who pretty seasoned. You know, you've been around the block a few times, you've done the work. What had you tried before?
Oh my God. 3 years of therapy, I think. But I'm an energy healer, lots of energy healings, yep. Countless retreats. Yeah. I think those are my two, like silent meditation, and other types of meditation, but lots of energy healing mostly the past 10 years, and reading books, obviously, at the beginning.
Yep.
But, and I love all of those things, and I think they're all amazing tools.
They are. But what I want to know is, that's 10 years. I want to know why 8 weeks has been so different for you. We just cut to the chase.
Oh my God.
You know, it's no joke.
I know, right? I was trying to think about this earlier, and I don't know.
The word I'm getting is the intensity.
That, yes, it is that. But it's like this full-on, constant, every day in it, like working on myself, talking to myself, loving myself. I think going on a retreat, you get that for 5 days. You don't even get that, but you get something for 5 days. Then you go away and you kind of forget about it, or you try to do something for like a week and then you forget about it. But this is like this intense program that really gets you in working on yourself. And you have all the support of the queens in the group, which is out of this world amazing. But it's just the intensity. You're so right. You read my mind. It's the intensity of the program. And when you commit to it, when you go in and you put in 100%, it's just life changing. So.
And I think it was you that was like, how do you know what the step is that I need, the next module? I thought, was that you?
I think that was Suli, I think. I'm not sure. Oh, no, I did say that. Yeah. I did say that. I was like, oh my God, it's lined up perfectly. Yes. Yeah. And for me, the tools that are provided, I use them, and I use them all the time now, and they've changed my life. But I think it's the intensity of using those every day.
Yes. Yes.
That helped me really get the benefit of them.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it. It's been amazing to watch you. It's been so, seriously, it's been so friggin' cool to see you step into this big version of yourself, and to take off all that mud and stuff holding you back, Audrey. It's like I can see you now, and you can see you now, and it's night and day. And you look more beautiful because you're more tapped into your heart space. As we know, beauty's, you can go out and wear a freaking Chanel jumpsuit and be head to toe in pearls. Not that that's everyone's look. It's not my look, but it's someone's look. But it's like, it doesn't read, it doesn't translate, but you can just be, as I say, out the street in a t-shirt and radiating. from within, and it's palpable. And that is when we hear the cliche, oh, I just met the guy in Starbucks. Yeah, that happens because you're available and you're ready. And that's when opportunities come in, when we're actually walking around where our heart's open and you are available to receive. And that's you right now.
Yeah.
It just is. I mean, I know these women watching you will be nodding their head with me. I mean, you're not jazz handsing, you're just in Audrey, and it's a beautiful thing.
Thank you.
Like if you told me your soulmate was lurking in the background, I believe you right now.
He's hiding in the bathroom.
Yeah, well, because he is, but you're in that energy. You know what I mean? He's in the bathroom. He's been for a while. You might want to get him out. You had fun in the process too, as well as going deep.
Oh my God. I did. A lot of fun.
You're hilarious. Your laugh is very infectious.
I like having fun.
Super important. And I want to come visit in San Fran as well. I'm going to wrap it here. Obviously, we could keep going and going and going. I'm just so proud of you, Audrey. It's been such an honor to actually hold this space and support you. Seriously, you're like a dream client from the minute I met you. Boom. And I know this is just the beginning, really.
Yeah.
This is look what you just did in 8 weeks. It's like you got the future now to get lit about.
Thank you.
Very, very different. So, yeah, do you mind if people reach out to you with a few questions?
Of course, they can reach out.
They're resonating with your story. How could they not? And yeah, like watch this space is all I can say. Yeah, I'm stippling because Audrey, we said, was our head crier. It's so funny. And I had women joining. They're like, yeah, I just don't know how to feel. I don't know how to. I was like, don't worry. Audrey's leading the way. You'll meet Audrey. She's freaking great. I'm sure people just joined because I mentioned you. They're like, oh.
Oh my God.
I'm serious. You got vulnerability down. So, all right, gorgeous woman. Well, I'm going to wrap it here. And yeah, this won't be the last I'm seeing you. You can run, but you can't hide.
Thank you so much, Lucy. I'm so grateful.
My pleasure. It's been an absolute honor.
Thank you.
Bye, darling. Thank you so much. Bye.